We busy, been busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
Getting busy with B, getting busy with B. We busy, being brilliant, breaking down your issues with B. The best of being busy, baby, that's the way it should be.
I tune into my station, baby, and get busy with B.
What we talk about, we can talk it out. Latest news, advertisement, what we bark about. Charity, celebrity, what we talk about. Therapy, prosperity, what we talk about. I'm from the nation cap, home of the Nets. We winning on you, Bammers, baby, best believe it. We losing all youth, the black on black violence with straps. Can't depend on politicians, gotta watch our own back. Put the guns down, youngins. Life's about funnin'. Hate to see funerals, but love to give money. Shout out to VA and PG. You see us coming, MDDC. Be more what it do, done.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to the BuzyWithB virtual show, the first one ever. Welcome.
How are you today?
I am fine.
I was checking out my angles. I was like, do this look Afrocentric enough, or should I take it off for you?
No, I mean, it's how you feeling, by the end. Look, it's however you feeling. How you feeling?
I'm trying to make sure I'm always showing my Afro-Latino-ness. But I'm like, can they see it all? Because I got glammed up for BuzyWithB. I love the introduction.
Welcome, and thank you so much. Let's introduce you to the audience, okay? Tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Well, you know what? I'm really just a humble person who just loves doing marketing for people who are doing other dope and amazing things in the community. And so like my whole campaign, my name is Francesca Sparkle, and I just believe like I am just Girl Scouts on steroids. Ultimately, I just love serving people everywhere, and especially kids, sending out the care baskets and, really just letting people know that we care about them while they're going through hardships.
So let me back you up a little bit, okay? So when I say tell me about yourself, let's go backwards. So where are you from?
The DMV area.
So you from DMV?
Yes, I'm from the DMV area.
What part of town? Whoop, whoop.
Are we all not one? Like depending on what side of town you from, sometimes people don't always feel like they don't give you your DMV credentials.
Hey, y'all, she from Maryland. So let me just tell you a little bit about Francesca and just how we met. I met her maybe a year ago. I was at another event, and I want to shout out her and it's Women Who Lead Connect. I was at one of her events. That was my first speaking gig. Not at that particular one, but I went there to support, and I met Francesca. And it was just something about her spirit, just being able to hear her story. And it was just, I wanted to get to know her. And I was just like, you mind if I follow you on social media? And she looked back at me and she said, you know what? I like you. I want to mentor you. So guys, I'm a part of RISEIPL family. And I'm just loving the journey. I'm loving the mentorship. I'm just so grateful to just be able to watch you do your thing. Just tell us, where does that passion come from?
I really don't know. God, I think that is the genuine answer. I don't think that I recognized at a young age that, I was exposed to so much God. And then when I became exposed as I aged to hate, I think during your life, you don't really have like discernment to recognize that God is something that you're born with. The Holy Spirit lives within us, and that peace and that happiness. But then as you age, your feelings can be hurt at times, and that love that you have that light that you have starts to dim, and it starts to become more like aggressive. So now that I have God more in my life, the more happier I become with detaching from outcome and just doing happy gestures for others, because I just want people to feel happiness in the world that we live in that has so much chaos happening right now.
That's very powerful. What are some of the things that, well, I know, where do you draw your inspiration?
Ah, my kids now. Like I became I became a mom at 15, and I think that at that time period I saw it as like a death sentence. Like I even thought like the gift of fertility was like a curse versus a blessing. But the older I get and the more like burials I have to attend or things that that are sad that happen in my life, I realized like, wow, God blessed me with the gift of fertility. Like I have children, and my last child thus far that I have right now is a 5-year-old boy. And I believe he healed me in some way. The story of Judah in the Bible, Judah means praise. And I'll, praise him always. And I really believe that my son gave me a true understanding of like love. Like, why are you out here just doing anything and just giving your spirit to just anybody? And so raising him is giving me more purpose along with my 2 daughters. Like I want them to be a healthy reflection of kindness and purity and sincerity. So that means that even when if I want to have an angry word or have the last word, I just refrain because I want them to just be at the posture of positivity and be role models in their future. So I have to be a role model so they can be role models.
Yeah. I really love it. And I mean, just to get to know you and be in your presence, it's just, you can feel the God in you. And it's really rare to find people that's really passionate about what they do when they do, and just really have that intent of God in everything you do. So
Yes.
it's just, as I'm growing in God, because I'm very spiritual, I also have kids too. And so just in having kids, it just inspires you, it motivates you, it pushes you to get
Yeah.
to to get to the next level. Okay, so what is something that you want tell people about Rise. Tell people about Rise IPL and just the mission. Do you have I know you have a mission statement. 30-second interview real quick. Give me the
So, okay, so our 30, if I have to do a quick elevator pitch, ultimately, the purpose of Rise has actually changed over the past 2 years. Before, we just wanted to partner with people that were in the community that had nonprofits and just be able to do large community projects with them. What we now are is a home of advocacy. We're a youth development center where we can just develop youth and create ambassadors that are just unimaginable. As I said, I started it with Girl Scouts at a young age, the tender age of 4 as a daisy, went up to brownies and all the way up, until it was time to graduate. And I had an accumulation of over 4,000 volunteer hours. Why that's important is because no one paid me to be a good person. I was just led in the direction of understanding that a servant leader serves. Earth is not, or these United States is not a dictative place. We don't live in a dictatorship. We live in a place of servant leaders. So a lot of our presidents have been in the military. And when you've had to just serve and fight for others and love others, for example, like in Girl Scouts, often we had to clean the rivers. We had to, clean the parks, volunteer with our local officials, whether the fire department or police department. So it gave us an understanding of sacrifice. So Rise IPL is a place of sacrifice for others. Whatever a child needs, they just let us know and we provide their needs. But in return, we teach them to come out and volunteer with us because we're doing you a service, but we also would like for you to understand that one day someone's going to want a service from you too.
Yeah, and that's one thing I can say, guys. I'm just so grateful because I feel like Rise IPL is just, I have a new family now, and it's just the patience, the love that you feel, and just the work, the due diligence, the consistency of work that you guys are bringing to the different communities, in Atlanta, Dallas, DC. I mean, just to name a few. I mean, worldwide, you're on your way to. We gotta claim it, right? We gotta claim it.
Yes, we gotta claim it. We gotta claim it. And we have extensions in Latin countries. We're working on extension in Asian speaking countries, and then also in Africa. That is, a continent that we're very intentional. Yes, that's where we're stopping first because you have to pay homage to where you're from, and so we definitely know that we as Black people have roots back to Africa. So before I can give on a massive level anywhere else, Africa is number one to me.
I love it. I cannot wait to visit. I know we going. If it's number one to her, I know we're going. So it's just like I said, I will forever be grateful for just what you bring to the BuzyWithB brand and some of the things that you are helping Loving and Free be able to do in the community here. So I'm just forever grateful for everything that you do.
Thank
Let
you
me
so much. You're so pleasant.
say that again.
You're so pleasant also. Just
Thank
full
you.
full of happiness, full of fewer forward thinking passions. You know, you're always very intentional about the spirit that you want to relay to other people. You know, like regardless of what anybody else may be feeling, you always make sure that you're providing them hospitality with your production. You know, like okay, these are let's make sure that you are bringing your best version of you, because this is an opportunity for you to just sit and talk to me and allow me, Busy to be, to just encourage you and laugh with you and bring out your best self. So that is just ultimate, that you have the ability to just make people smile the whole time that they're talking to you.
Thank you. So for future, where do you want to see? Where do you want to see Rise? Where do you want to see it? What's your legacy?
Oh, I just want, this is my real thoughts. So, in all honesty, I want for single moms, because I was a single mom for so long before I met my totally awesome husband. And so now I'm married to a good guy, a very great guy. But however, prior to, I've always wanted to see like on a single mom day, like it'd be called like Francesca Sparkle Day. And you would get two choices of how you would just get to spend your day off. Because I believe that if you're a single mom, that you should be able, intentional, of course, like the intentionality of you going to school, you got your own business, that whole, like, I got my own house, got my own car, 2 jobs, work hard. I'm a bad chick, So if that fits your definition, then you would get to sign up to just have a Francesca or Sparkle Day. And that day would consist of some great guys or girls, whatever your preference is, to come bring you food. You would be able to just have your spa time, get your nails done, get your hair done. So that's one of the things that I pray lives on, one day, like how Martin Luther King have a day. Out on my Sparkle Day, Sparkle, this is what Sparkle wants. Sparkle demands, like our Juneteenth, that hot guys come on 4-wheelers, bringing you the food of choice, or some great guy in a tux come and bring you your food of choice. Whatever you down for, I'm with it. That's Sparkle Day, Sparkle food delivery and spa. Now, the second part of what I want to be remembered for the kids is just like a Disneyland that teaches you, where you get to kind of have a school, but within like the experience of the Ron Clark Academy. Most people aren't aware of the Ron Clark Academy experience, but their entire school is set up like Harry Potter. So I would love to be able to franchise that and have Ron Clark Academies everywhere, because I am in that entrepreneurial space and I wouldn't have time to just create an academy, the Francesca Sparkle or RISEIPL Academy. But what he created is my fantasies. If I would have went to school like that when I was younger, and that creative space where I learned music, when I learned math. So in their math classes, they sing to learn numbers. They sing to learn science. They rap out their STEM programs. And because of that, these African-American children in Atlanta are just brilliant, and they're winning spelling bees all over America. And now so many leaders across the world are coming into the Ron Clark Academy to just learn from him. So those are my 2 biggest accomplishments. I want to lead education for kids in a way that they understand it, through performing arts. And then I will also just love a self-care day where women can just feel cherished and respected the way that I know that they should be.
Especially moms. Especially, so I don't have the experience of having a baby early on. But I do have that experience of being single and just finding a way to value myself and love on myself and just know that I'm enough, So I'm just saying woman to woman right now, right?
Yeah.
What would you tell? What would you tell your youngest though?
Oh my goodness, I practiced for this question all my life. I would tell myself to be abstinent because one decision can destroy so many others. And I don't think that, at 14, feeling the different pain and traumas that I was going through of the separation and of my mother and father, and just really learning to be alone as my brothers and sisters were older than me and being pushed out, going to school, whatever the things that they had to do, I was alone. And when you're alone, it doesn't mean that you're lonely. And so if I could have dived more into my mentorship, education, that I would have done, because everything else can wait. But when you start introducing new experiences like sex into your life and things like that, or, intercourse, there's things that spirits, other people that you now have to, you're not learning you anymore. You're trying to learn what appeases others. And bringing a child into the world at 15 taught me how to be an excellent mom at 33, but it also caused a lot of damage not being a woman and knowing how to properly be a good leader to a young girl. So you need to make sure you're a good leader. So our abstinence would have made my daughter's life a lot better if I would have waited to have her.
So I definitely love that, and I'm glad you touched on that, because on this platform is the loving and free community, and we want to be able to show people that we are relatable. That it's not where you're from, it's not how you start, but it's not even where you start from. It's just really to keep pushing, to keep going, and it's just finding that purpose in almost everything you do. Like, because it's like when you go through it, you just feel like, oh my God, the world is over. You know what I'm saying? And
when you change your perspective, things change. And you have to forgive yourself.
You have to give yourself grace. And it's just like, I definitely wanted to touch on that a little bit. How did you give yourself grace? Because how did you give yourself grace?
I think I'm just learning to give myself grace. Like meeting people who have taught me the process of understanding how to give yourself grace, taught me how to give myself grace. Like I was hard on myself until someone told me that I was good enough. I was I had to learn, just like how you just asked me the question of who are you versus what do you do? And God loves us. It's nothing that we can do to earn his love. He just loves us anyway. Like your children are born and you love them anyway. There's nothing that they can do, not a picture that they can give you. It adds, but the amount of times you had to get up out of your bed in the middle of the night to go serve them their food or change their diaper, they can never bring you enough to measure. And in fact, they will learn the sacrifices when you get older and they take care of you. That's a sacrifice. So that's where I'm learning, like that grace part with me, with God, is like, you know what? Now I'm trying to earn my way with God. Even though nothing I can do will ever be enough, I now see that he loved my filthy ways, and the things that I didn't understand. So with loving myself and loving others is teaching me, like, you know what? I might not have everything that I want right now. Like my biggest dream is to be given like an honorary doctorate. So I'm like, God, I don't see how I'll be able to serve the world and have a doctorate at the same time. I just don't have the mental capability, but at the end of the day, I'm learning, like, if I die not having something, it doesn't make me any less of a person. It just makes me, I did the best I could. I don't have the same starting point as some of my peers, but I'm still just a great woman. And you have to wake up and tell yourself that.
Yeah. I love that. Oh, did we lose her? Let's see. Maybe she'll come back. Guys, while we're waiting for her to come back on screen, let me do this. I'll remove her. While we're waiting for her to come back on screen, just some of the things that your girl has been up to. It's been a while since I've been in front of you, but I've just been up to a lot. I've been doing a lot, really focusing on the Loving and Free and BuzyWithB brand. I'm planning to relaunch the clothing line and do some other things, be more out there in the community, out there doing my podcast. This is just one segment of the podcast where we will podcast, I will still interview entrepreneurs, but I really want to tell the story of the healing process, the journey, just finding a way to love yourself, give yourself grace. So that is why I am having, these type of interviews, but we're going to talk about it all. You're going to see more of your girl Busy. Each and every, look, now that I have my own studio and I'm doing my own thing, guys, you're going to see just more of that. Okay. You're going to see me collabing with entrepreneurs. You're going to see me talking about self-love and healing. I think we have Francesca back, so I'm going to bring her back up. We're going to close out the interview. But I appreciate all of the support over the years. Look, I go through things too. I'm back. I'm here. This is just motivation. I'm bringing Francesca back up. And
hi guys. You know what? The conversation was so good that the enemy did not want us to continue. But I'm thankful that I was able to get back on successfully.
Yes. And so I really wanted, I know your story, like just pieces of it, because that's how I met you, just being in the audience. And it was just so many things within the person of Francesca, not the businesswoman, but I didn't meet her until second, so it was just like, I wanted to try to push you in that way to like have you speak about that, because you've overcame some things. And a lot of times people, they see us as we're going through life. They see the glow. They see that glow part, right? But they don't understand that pain that you had to go through, that lesson to get to where you are now. So it's just like on this platform, it's safe, it's loving, it's free, it's exactly that. So I wanted to look, you're just meeting her today on the show. She's always in the background, and I just want to give you some flowers while I have you. You deserve them. I know our friendship is new, but to trust you with so much, okay? I'm grateful. I'm honored. It's really hard to find genuine souls. So I am so appreciative. Okay, we doing this in front of, look, we claiming it. We doing this in front of millions. Okay.
Yes, that's only
to just meet just such a genuine soul. Say that again.
I said, and I'm excited because we'll have this interview for when you have your segment on Fox. And I know that one day when you have your segment on Fox, we'll be able to go dig these up, and I'll be sitting there crying, and you'll be crying, and we'll have the whole team. We'll have some tea.
Let's claim it. Let's claim it. But I love you. I appreciate everything that you bring to this Black woman, and how you pour. You definitely practice what you preach. And this is just the first of many interviews. This was meant to be really quick, really like to the point. I wanted to pop different questions at you. Is it anything you want to leave the viewers with? What do you have coming up?
Okay, so one of the things that we have coming up, every year we have, I was always giving every year ultimately to some kind of kid function around every December, like whether it was like a child care or something like that would pop up, bring pizza or something. Well, last year we connected with a gentleman named XOA that our organization represents. And we were able to go to District Heights Elementary School and also Central High School. So those two schools were near to me because they both housed my daughters at the time. One of my daughters went to District Heights Elementary when she was in kindergarten. And then my daughter also transitioned over to Central. So I was really excited about that. So during that time period this year we have, instead of 2 schools, we'll be having 16 schools that we'll be donating items to. So I'm really excited to partner for our XOA Christmas. I appreciate him. He has amazing clothes. I wear those clothes often. He's touched so many that are in the concert world with his clothes. So XOA is just an amazing person. I will always pump him because his heart is just legendary. So to be able to partner with him, and then our good friends LBE, Lead by Examples, dear brother of mine Antonio and Will over there, they do great things with kids in the community in the DMV area. And then also Beat the Odds Foundation, where we have great gentlemen over there, Jared Harrington and Alexander Walker, that they will also be finding us kids to donate these items to. Our youth ambassador program is very important to us because we're teaching our young children through volunteer service that they are the next leaders in the United States and around the world. Honestly, the sky is the limit. So that requires them to show up to, events that people are having at parks, local officials might be having for community days, or, in this instance, they'll be helping XOA at his warehouse sort the clothes so that way we can get things distributed out to these 16 high schools throughout the month of December. So that's what's big for us next. And we're really excited about our XOA Christmas.
Yay. So this is the first of many interviews. I like to, first of all, this woman is busy. We are on 2 different time zones, okay? So I really just appreciate anytime you can craft out time for me. I do appreciate you. And like I said, this is the first of many interviews. So I'm looking forward to the future, and I'm working on some things that I can bring Rise IPL in on. And I'm just looking forward to the partnership and all the love that we have. So shout out to IPL, okay? We got to shout them out. Shout out to
Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, BuzyWithB, for just being a part of, our network, being able to interview so many of our amazing people that have came and did service with us, and, just being able to point them in a direction of your love and your kindness and your service and what you want to display. You want to display goodness and peace. And, so I pray God's traveling mercies over your life forever. Amen.
Thank you. So again, guys, I am back up and running. You're going to see more entrepreneurs. You're going to see, who knows what you're going to see. It's definitely going to be loving and free. Okay. So guys, each and every week, with Rise IPL, we're going to have someone that they suggest appear on this platform. And I'm just looking forward to the ride. Okay. So make sure you guys tune in with your girl. If you're not following the YouTube channel, make sure you go follow the YouTube channel. Okay. Yes. BuzyWithB. Okay. BuzyWithB. If you want to give any support and love to the channel, guys, keep me up and running. Okay. Donate. Yes. You can go to BuzyWithB.org. Use that donation button. You can go to BuzyWithB. BuzyWithB, Cash App, however you want to do it, and it's all hooked up to the business account. I don't want it. I would just want to help the community. Okay, so
yes,
guys, soon, Francesca. I appreciate everything you do, and I'm looking forward to having you on again. Okay.
Yes. Thank you. I feel so honored, and I feel so privileged, and I feel so blessed, and I just cannot wait to just see how everything goes in your life, and just continue being a great role model, because you definitely are one, and you are a hometown hero. So I want to be able to give you your flowers while you're yet still living too. From Rise IPL, we appreciate you.
Ditto. Later, guys. Thank you for tuning in.